You don't need to try harder. You've already tried. You've done dry weeks. You've poured bottles down the sink. You've made the deals with yourself. Just weekends, just one. I'll stop after this. And then you wake up again full of shame thinking, why can't I get it together? You are not failing. Your method is. This cycle isn't about weakness. It's about having no system, because trying to quit drinking without structure is like trying to run a business with no plan. You're running on fumes, making it up as you go, and every failure feels personal. I see you. I know you want relief from the shame, the overthinking, the spiral. You want a real plan, not another promise. So today we're burning the myth of willpower to the ground, and I'm showing you the exact system I use to help high-functioning people finally stop starting over. Hey everybody, welcome to the Addiction Unlimited podcast, where you get to learn everything you want to know about addiction and recovery. I'm your host, Angela Pugh, co-founder of Kansas City Recovery, life coach, and recovering alcoholic. To learn more about me, you can listen to episode 0 on your podcast app or find us on the web at addictionunlimited.com. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Addiction Unlimited podcast. I'm your coach, Angela Pugh. If you've ever said, I've tried everything, I just can't seem to quit for good, well, this episode is for you. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest lies in sobriety, the idea that if you just had more willpower, you'd finally get your drinking under control. But here's the truth. Willpower doesn't fail because you're weak. I hear it every single week from my clients and listeners, like, I'm stuck in this painful cycle. I get a little sober time, I fall off, and then I'm drowning in shame and starting over again. And let me tell you, willpower alone will fail you every time, because willpower isn't a plan. It's a burst of energy, and bursts run out. That's why you've been stuck in this cycle of starting over, white knuckling it for a little while, and then crashing back into shame and disappointment. It's not because something's wrong with you. It's because you're trying to use willpower to do the job of a system. So here's the question we're answering today. If willpower isn't enough, then what actually works to keep you sober for the long haul? Because more effort isn't the answer. You've already been trying hard. What you need is a structure that works when your willpower wears out. In this episode, I'm going to break down the exact system I use with my clients, the 3 pillars that take you from white knuckling and burnout to stability, relief, and momentum. You'll walk away knowing why willpower always runs out, what to replace it with, and how to finally stop starting over. This isn't just theory. It's about real tools that will change your day-to-day life, tools you can start using right now. Where people get stuck is they wait for motivation, or they think they just need to be stronger. But change doesn't require motivation. It requires discipline. And discipline is simply systems you stick to. So let's build yours using my 3 pillars of lasting recovery: science, strategy, and self. Let's start with science, because this is where so many people misunderstand why willpower fails. Relapse isn't about the drink itself. It's about chasing relief. I broke this down in detail in episode 275, Relief, Not Relapse. So go back and listen to that one if you missed it. The short version is, every time you drink, you're not reaching for alcohol. You're reaching for a way to shut off uncomfortable feelings. And here's the kicker. Every single feeling you struggle with, fear, sadness, disappointment, overwhelm, guilt, shame, self-loathing, they all light up as anxiety in your body. Racing thoughts, rumination, the pit in your stomach, heart racing, sweaty palms, can't sit still. Even boredom shows up as agitation and anxiety. So when I say you're looking for relief, what you're really trying to escape is an anxious nervous system. Then layer on decision fatigue, and it's a recipe for burnout. From the moment you wake up, your brain is making choices: what to wear, what to eat, how to respond to your partner, how to handle that email, where do I turn, when do I need to leave. By the end of the day, your brain is exhausted and your willpower tank is empty. That's not weakness, that's biology. So here's the science. You're not failing because you don't want it badly enough. You're failing because you're asking a tired, anxious brain to carry your entire recovery. And that brain is wired to seek the fastest relief it knows, and that's alcohol. I hear this all the time. I just want relief from the obsession to drink, from the shame of another relapse, from the racing thoughts in my head. That's not just emotion. It's your nervous system begging for regulation. So the science pillar is about learning how your brain and nervous system get triggered all day, every day, and then building ways to calm it that don't involve a drink. Because once you understand what's really happening, you can stop white knuckling and start working with your brain instead of against it. And that's where strategy comes in: the plan, the support, the tools that give you relief without alcohol. Let's break that down next. You know how every home has that one spot, the place you think about all day because it's where you go to finally exhale. For me, it's my bed. And let me tell you, since I switched to Cozy Earth sheets, it is game over. These sheets are made from viscose from bamboo, so they naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body. I swear they keep me cooler. And that is huge for a postmenopausal girly, okay? Because better sleep means a better everything. And listen, if you're anything like me, when life feels stressful or you're burnt out, the one thing you crave is relief. That's what Cozy Earth gives me. My bed is so soft and cozy. And when I curl up in the bubble cuddle blanket, it's instant calm. Honestly, everyone loves this thing. Me, my nieces and nephews, guests, good luck keeping it to yourself. So if you want to turn your 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., the time that matters most, into the most comfortable part of your day, you've got to try Cozy Earth. And my listeners get an exclusive discount. Just go to CozyEarth.com and use my code Angela at checkout for 40% off. That's huge. CozyEarth.com, code Angela. Okay, so science explains why willpower fails. Strategy is what keeps you standing when willpower runs out. And by the way, hope is not a strategy. This literally makes me crazy on a weekly basis when I see people say, I hope it works this time. Well, what the hell is hope going to do? Hope isn't action. Hope is doing nothing. Hope isn't a strategy. Motivation isn't a strategy. A system is. And your system is built on 3 parts: structure, support, and solutions. So let's walk through those. When I talk about structure, it doesn't mean time blocking your day or writing a to-do list. I mean building a sober structure that calms your nervous system and removes the things that set you up to fail. Because here's the truth. If you keep the same people, places, and activities that are centered around drinking, you're going to keep walking into the same battles that you keep losing. Structure isn't about managing your schedule. It's about managing your environment. So have some calming rituals. Start or end your day with something that grounds you: an extra hot shower at night to signal the day is coming to an end, a quiet 10-minute walk in the morning before your house wakes up, or journaling time with your coffee. Have some calming rituals. Environmental edits. Remove the triggers you can control. That means clearing out the wine rack, not keeping booze on your counter, or avoiding that one restaurant where you always want to drink for the first 60 days. People audit. Ask yourself, who drains me? Who pushes drinks on me? Who actually supports my sobriety? You don't have to cut everyone off overnight, but you do have to start protecting your time and energy. And that's a life rule, not just a sobriety rule. So, calm rituals regulate your nervous system, and boundaries around people, places, and things protect your sobriety before you even have to think about it. And pillar 3 is self. This is the part most people don't want to hear because it's the part that changes everything. Radical personal responsibility. My life is my fault, not in a shameful way, but in a powerful way. Because if I created this mess, I can also create the solutions. That means it's my job to heal myself, know myself, and make the best choices for myself. It's my job to set boundaries and protect my sobriety, not sit around waiting for the world to change or for people to treat me differently to accommodate whatever I'm doing. So here's what self looks like in action. Boundaries with people. If I'm a people pleaser, I don't shrug and say, that's just who I am. I heal it because it's my responsibility to do what I need to feel better. Here's the truth. People pleasing makes you bitter. You end up resentful, feeling like everyone takes advantage of you. But it's not about everyone else. It's about you. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself, to heal yourself, and to set the boundary you need. If my spouse drinks, I don't expect them to stop. I set a boundary that protects me. And here's a few ways you can do that. Some simple stuff like, hey, I'd love it if you could put your alcohol somewhere else so I don't see it every time I'm in the kitchen. Or please don't offer me drinks anymore. I'm really committed to change. Or you can say like, hey, if this is a heavy drinking night for you, I'll just do my evening routine in another space. Like, keep it simple. You don't expect them to change who they are. You set boundaries to shield yourself from what they're doing. And boundaries with places and things. Your environment matters more than you think. If every Friday night you're at the same bar with the same people, then guess what? You're going to fight the same battle over and over. That's not discipline. That's self-sabotage, especially if you continually lose that battle. Like, what the F are you doing? And let me just call out one of the biggest BS lines I've heard for the last 20 years. People love to say, I just wanted to test myself. No, 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 no. That's ego talking. That's you trying to test your willpower. And what did we just say about willpower? It's a faulty system. It will fail you every time. So let's stop setting ourselves up to fail. Boundaries with places means you start removing yourself from the environments that keep you stuck. Like skip the restaurant that was always your drinking spot, at least in the beginning. Change your route home if it takes you past your favorite liquor store. Replace the bar with a coffee shop or a gym class or a bookstore where you can actually feel supported in who you're becoming. It's not forever. It's just for now until you've built a system strong enough that those places don't pull you back in. And boundaries with yourself. This is the toughest one, but it's where self-respect is built. Boundaries with yourself mean you stop negotiating with your own brain. No more just one, just this weekend, just tonight. That's not a boundary. That's a trap. Boundaries are like you decide, I don't drink, period. Then don't pick up debates with yourself about it, right? When my brain would kick in and go, hey, are we drinking tonight? I'd go, no, dude, we don't drink anymore, period. We don't drink anymore. Done. Right? I'm not going to argue about it. Figure something else out. We don't drink anymore. Decide I'm going to do my morning walk or journaling no matter what. That's your boundary with yourself. Or decide, I don't keep alcohol in my home. That's non-negotiable. When you set up and keep boundaries with yourself, you stop being the enemy in your own head and you start building trust with yourself again. So let's recap. Science explains why willpower fails, right? Your anxious, overloaded brain will always default to the fastest relief it knows. Strategy gives you the system, structure, support, and solutions that replace the chaos with clarity. Self is where the rubber meets the road. Taking radical responsibility, setting boundaries with people, places, and yourself so you stop setting yourself up to fail. And let's not forget, hope isn't a strategy. Motivation isn't a strategy. And willpower, it's a faulty system every time. What works is discipline, and discipline is built on a system. The question is, are you ready to stop testing your willpower and actually build the system that will keep you sober? If you're nodding along and thinking, yes, this is me, I'm tired of trying harder, I need a real plan, then let's build it together. Book a free call with me today, addictionunlimited.com/call. In that call, we'll cut through the confusion. You'll tell me where you are, where you want to go, and I'll show you how we can build that path to get you there. addictionunlimited.com/call. The link is in the show notes, so head over there right now and grab your spot. Don't wait for hope. Take action. You don't need more willpower. You don't need another day one. You need a system and you need to start building it now. And don't forget, loop back and listen to episode 275, Relief, Not Relapse. That's a really good one about what's happening when you're reaching for that drink and how you can stop doing that. And I will link that in the show notes as well. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you next week.
You've reached the end of another great episode of the Addiction Unlimited podcast. Candid and honest conversation about addiction and recovery. Be sure to visit us at addictionunlimited.com to join the conversation and access show notes and links to everything we talked about. Love this episode? Please take 30 seconds to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes to help us improve and give you the information you want. Thanks for listening. See you next week.